Homecoming. How to know if she is the one. Guys. Some of you guys get into certain situations where you're starting dating this person and you're scoping and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I make this girl my person? How do I actually know? Here's certain tests that you can operate. Sometimes, in order to figure out certain situations, you gotta put yourself in certain situations. Now it's your turn to test if she is a valuable candidate. Okay, how do you do this? You put her through the car test. Everybody, if you don't know the car test, understand. The car test is essentially when, let's say you go out and you say, hey, you take her to the passenger seat, you open the door for her. When she gets into the seat, guys, and you don't take the short way, don't go in front of the car, go behind the car. And your goal is to see if she opens the door. If she opens the door, you have nothing to worry about ever again. You know the difference what happens in today's society? A lot of guys are being taught, hey, you should treat a woman like this, you should treat a woman like that. But a lot of people aren't teaching their daughters any of this. They're not teaching their daughters how to treat a man. You're not, and a lot of times, this is a high expectations. You know how girls be saying, it's a minimum, buy me flowers, it's minimum, it's bare minimum. This test allows you to see, is she just only for herself, or does she really care for you? I'm telling you, test it. You can literally see if she's going to go across and open the door for you, because now she cares, not just for herself, but for you. That's the easier, we don't look at the situation and be like, oh, you should always, open the door for her, never let her touch a door. But when you put her in that door, does she open the door for you? These are things you have to recognize, because that's how you say, okay, she passed the first test. This is the test of all tests. You don't have to worry about that, because it already shows her innate nature of who she is, what type of character she is. She isn't self-loathing. She isn't caring about herself. She cares more about you, and she has presence about herself, but she cares for you too. If you're caring to open the door for her, she's going to be caring to open the door from inside for you. It already checks all the boxes. Now, how do you know next? You go here. You say, hey, I'm going through something. I'm going through something. Can you, I won't be able to talk to you. And she's like, hey, I'm always going to be there. She says she's always going to be there for you. I mean, how do you understand, she's going to be there for you, right? How do you know? What she does, instead of just being the type of person that says, oh, I'm always going to be there for you and this, that, and that, I know you're going through something. But does she show up? Now, mind you, this can go vice versa. Like, guys, you know this, are you showing up in certain ways that she may think that you need to show up in? But if she shows up in a sense of like, you're going through things and you don't know how to operate in this now, this is the type of girl that allows you to be successful. Hey, you're going through something, I'm going to be right there with you. How does she show up? She may pull up to the crib and she may have food for you. This goes hand in hand to when you're sick. She can bring you some medicine, tea. She'll be there and care for you due to the things that you're going through. But this isn't as big as the number one test, the door test. Because, yeah, this can be superficial, but this is just another test. Is she going to show up for me in the way that I'm going to show up? Now, guys, I understand. Oh, my God, why do I have to play? Why do I have to play this game? Why do I have to do this? It's because these are just things that you're just checking off your list just to see, is she a good person? When you go to a dinner, is she rude to the waitress? Is she a person that gossips? Does she always talk about her friends? Does she says, oh my gosh, this person just cheated. I don't know why she didn't listen to me. If she's hanging around cheaters, she's just one person away from being a cheater. Does that make sense? If you're looking at her friend group, is her friend group cohesive with everything that she talks about? Are all of them in a relationship? So if all of them are in a relationship and she's the only single one, she's going to want to be in a relationship, guys. But if she's the only person in a relationship and all of her friends are single, she's going to be the next single person. It's such a crazy concept, but women think completely different than guys. You guys will think that just because she's around her friends, doing activities, and you're like, oh, go ahead, have fun. Go over there, go have fun. I'm just trying to say and prepare you guys, because certain things are going to add up and be like, oh, she's not the one. Oh, she didn't open the door for me. She doesn't care for me. Oh, she didn't show up. She didn't really care. I understand. And these things and these tests and these ideas, these are no different from just saying, I'm vetting out my girl. Do I really? Because at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand that you guys are always going to be the gatekeepers of relationships. You guys will always be the gatekeepers. So as long as you get to a point when you're dating this person and you're trying to say, okay, like, these are subtle things. These are things where, you may try the door test and she may show up in different ways. I'm just saying, when she goes through the door test and she hits that, she's a keeper. You don't have to test her anymore. But now, once you figure out that she's done that and she's in particular just doing, like, she's that type of person, you don't have to do X, Y, and Z, but it's still in your hands. You are the gatekeeper of the relationship. Because regardless of how it looks like, if you are the person that's going to initiate the relationship, as the guy, it should never be. The girl has to want the relationship more than ever. So you allowing yourself to vet is just saying, okay, this is some type of, and mind you, I'm not going to say anything. Girls do the same thing. Girls will shit test you over and over and over, but they're not aware of it. They just do it. It's in their nature. They have friends that just say it. They do certain things over and over and over and over. They're trying to test if you're the type of guy that's going to leave them. They're trying to test, are you the same person that's going to be solid when certain things go wrong? If I have a problem, are you going to be there? But I'm trying to tell you guys, you're doing the exact same thing. You don't have to be conscious of it, but you have to be aware. If I'm going to be in a relationship or even think about marriage with this person, I have to know, I got to be comfortable with how you are as a person. But most guys will settle for what they get because that's all they can get because they're in proximity of this person. And then that's how you guys end up with heartbroken hearts and babies that y'all don't even need. So this is how you can tell if she's the one. Believe it or not, class is closed.